Like many video game protagonists, Fallout 4's sole survivor manages to shape the world around them. The fate of the entire Commonwealth is left in their hands. But what would have happened if the sole survivor died in Vault 111? Several events still play out the same way if the sole survivor becomes an expired popsicle in Vault 111. Some residents of Sanctuary Hills still make it to Vault 111. Kellogg still gets inside the vault, kills your spouse, and kidnaps Shaun. Whether Kellogg decides to kill the sole survivor too, or he just never makes it out of the cryopod, is irrelevant. Either way, the sole survivor dies. The Institute synths are created, perfected even, and rumors and speculation run amok all over the Wasteland. With no sole survivor to help them, the Minutemen suffer heavy casualties in Lexington at the hands of raiders. Even if they're not completely wiped out, they won't have a place to call home. Maybe the few who made it out of Lexington head to Sanctuary. They don't have the numbers to really make it a place worth living in. It's only a matter of time before the Minutemen become nothing more than a Wasteland myth. The Railroad continue to rescue synths as best they can. Without the help of the sole survivor, it seems unlikely that they will be able to get Carrington's prototype from the switchboard, as it was viewed as a risky mission even with the survivor's help. The biggest thing they have going for them is their secrecy. They operate in private, but not at the same scale as the other two remaining factions. Secrecy isn't enough though. When the survivor finds them, they had just lost the switchboard, their high-tech headquarters. They're living in the basement of an abandoned church. They've lost safe houses. Every day is another defeat. Eventually, those add up, and the railroad fades away. The Brotherhood of Steel still arrive in the Commonwealth to deal with the Institute, synths, and mutants without the sole survivor. Ignoring the Institute for a moment, the Brotherhood wouldn't really change that much. The sole survivor was just a paladin for a while. They can still get things done. They can take out the super mutant behemoth on the island near the Pridwin. They can secure the nukes. They can send initiates out to get a steady supply of food and water from local settlements. Where things change is with their war against the Institute. No sole survivor means they can't get insider information about them. They have a much harder time getting Liberty Prime operational again, if they can at all. Now there's the Institute. They were the dominant force in the Commonwealth before the sole survivor, and they will continue to be without him or her. Kellogg never has to die at the survivor's hands. The Institute, despite Father not being fond of Kellogg, uses him to get things done. There's nothing that the Institute really needed the sole survivor for. He merely took Kellogg's place. Who claims the Commonwealth really comes down to one thing. Who gets the beryllium agitator first, the Brotherhood of Steel or the Institute? It is essential for getting Liberty Prime operational again, but it's just a helpful advantage for the Institute. Between the Coursers and Kellogg, there's no way the Institute doesn't get it first. Without the sole survivor, the Minutemen fade away. The Railroad, now going up against a more powerful Institute, face ever-increasing resistance when trying to rescue synths. The Brotherhood fail in their campaign to purify the Commonwealth. The Institute takes complete control over the Commonwealth. That's looking at the big picture, but there are smaller stories being told, like the Companions. No sole survivor changes things for all of them. Codsworth lives his life assuming his owners were killed, which they were. He'll do what he did before the sole survivor found him post-war, which is just surviving. He traveled to Concord once. Maybe he'll explore what remains of the Commonwealth until he's killed or he begins to break down. When we first meet Piper, she had been locked out of Diamond City. With no sole survivor to vouch for, she'll likely find another way back into the city. But because Mayor McDonough already locked her out, it wouldn't be a shock to expect him to exile her from Diamond City permanently. The sole survivor doesn't exterminate the raiders in the combat zone, leaving Kate to keep fighting for as long as she can. Her addiction to Psycho will likely get worse and worse until it kills her, or she gets so desperate for more drugs that she picks a fight that she can't win. Curie remains isolated in the basement of Vault 81. She waited 83 years for someone from Vault Tech to arrive and tell her she can leave. There's no reason to think that she wouldn't stay there indefinitely, forever waiting for someone who will never come. Dance completes his mission of retrieving an item from ArcJet Systems. From there, Dance boards the Pridwin after it arrives in the Commonwealth and serves as a paladin until he dies or retires. The way I see it, one of two things happens to Deacon. The first is that he remains an undercover railroad agent until his cover is blown and he's killed, or the railroad falls. The second is that he tries to get Dr. Carrington's prototype from the switchboard and most likely dies in the process. Dogmeat. Sweet, innocent Dogmeat. When we find Dogmeat, he's moments away from being attacked by mole rats. He's survived for seemingly years in the Commonwealth. There's no reason to think that he won't continue to survive on his own. With no sole survivor to help Bobby No-Nose attempt to steal from Hancock's strong room, he does not decide to leave Good Neighbor, at least not for a while. Hancock serves as Good Neighbor's mayor for the foreseeable future. Nick Valentine has finally gotten himself in over his head. He's been taken prisoner in Vault 114 by Skinny Malone. With no sole survivor to rescue him, Nick dies in the vault. Strong and his teacher, Rex Goodman, were imprisoned by super mutants atop Trinity Tower. Rex can tell the sole survivor that the super mutants were planning to throw Strong off the building, but with no sole survivor to intervene, Strong is thrown off the building and he dies. X688 is an Institute courser and probably the most boring companion available. With the sole survivor dead, he'll just keep doing courser things, teleporting, killing people, retrieving objects, that sort of thing. Mccready is a former gunner who can be hired by the sole survivor for 250 caps. The most likely path for Mccready is that he'll continue to take jobs in gunner territory, which will anger them. I don't see him having a happy ending. Preston Garvey is killed by raiders in Lexington. That's it. He's dead. And that's going to do it for this video about what would have happened to the Commonwealth if the sole survivor died. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything, leave a like. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video or didn't learn anything. Follow me on Twitter at Mitten Squad. My name is Paul of Mitten Squad. Have a wonderful day.